Wow, this setup looks a bit better, doesn't it? Right, okay. I've purchased a, what would you call it? A bendy, wiry phone holder. So now I don't have to set my phone up in a very strange, awkward place on my desk. I can get this piece of plastic just to hold it for me. So look, no hands, so I can hold my tea. Cheers, yamas, to whoever you are and wherever you're watching. Hope everyone is okay. Right, I'm going to turn my sound off 1 second on my laptop. Okay, cool. Hi. Today is going to be about a few things actually. First on my list is I've got a mail shot, which means that I send a weekly email out to my subscribers on my website, on my is it the about page or contact page? I think it's about, might be contact, don't know, you'll have to browse, but on there's a subscribe box where you can put your email address. If you put it in there, then you get to be part of the weekly email that I send out every Monday, which I'll be doing very shortly, which tells you what I've been up to, and there'll be some exclusive competitions and giveaways and all the rest. So if you haven't received one so far, that means you're not on the list. So if you want to send me your email address, I will happily add you, or you can do it yourself on the website. Cool. So this week has been a bit like this, a bit of a roller coaster actually. So I said that strange, roller coaster, because obviously the country's in the crap. Actually, I'll rephrase that. The world is in the crap. So obviously that's not good. But personally, it's been pretty great. And the reason is because I had a Zoom call with one of my heroes. So, as I said before, I alluded to it, but I didn't really go into any detail. So the person who I had the Zoom call with, you may have already seen it on my Instagram. I've been displaying it everywhere, but his name is Neil deGrasse Tyson, and you might not know who he is. You probably don't know who he is. But he's an astrophysicist, and as I said on a recent post of mine as well, my heroes, that's a bit strong. All right, not the T, the wording. I mean, the people who I admire, my friends are footballers and actors, which is great, but I tend to have people who are a bit more associated with the sciences, I guess. So Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of those. I mean, if you didn't know, I'm writing and illustrating a children's book as well, which is a quantum physics for kids book. That's the theme. So because he's an...
I have a reminder for Benjamin.
Sorry, 1 sec. My Google Home is trying to talk to me. Yeah. I was meant to go for a run today, but my friend cancelled on me. You know who you are. So we'll go tomorrow. That's cool. We'll do it tomorrow. No problem. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's an astrophysicist, and he is he's an American, and he's very good, pretty awesome. Yeah, he's got some good podcasts and some good YouTube videos, and he has quite a unique knack of translating quite difficult and complex scientific subjects into something that people like me, i.e. not scientists, would understand. So He's very good at that, and he's my sort of go-to science guy, if you like, and that helps me with writing my book as well. Anyway, so I was invited by my friend Merritt Moore. She is also a scientist in the States, as well as being a ballerina. She's pretty awesome, and she arranged this as part of her project, which is bringing science and art together. It's called Sci-Art, and this was her doing, basically. Her and one other lady, they organised this, which is, I mean, hats off. You know, like it's quite a big deal, and it went really well. So thank you, Merritt, for arranging that. That was great, yeah. And that's why I couldn't do the first lockdown day, because I was busy doing that call. If you have heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson, let me know, because most people who have seen my post so far have asked me who it is, which is fine because it's not that well known. And let's be honest, who really likes science? I mean, I do, but there are far more exciting things out there, I guess. So, if you have heard of him, yeah, let me know. That'd be cool. He did a TV series called Cosmos, which originally in the 60s was, or maybe the 70s, was presented and written by Carl Sagan, who is a pretty awesome guy. So it was his take on that original series, basically, with new, new special effects and new findings. And he's done a lot. Yeah, he's done a lot of work to make science a bit more popular than it certainly used to be. Anyway, that's that. So this arrived in the post. It's going to look backwards. Let's read it backwards. Na. Bet na one new. Tesubuk. Anyway, if you can see that the correct way around, I don't know how, but it says an unwanted guest. Now, I drew this. It's a brain. You've got a little tumor guy opening and walking through the door into the brain. There's my name at the bottom in backwards, and that's my friend David Seaning. Now I worked with Dave many years ago. He's a good guy. Unfortunately, he found out a month or two ago that he had or does have a cyst in his brain. Sorry, a tumor in his brain. He sort of out of nowhere, really. He just started feeling poorly, went to have a scan, and they found a tumor. So they operated. They got most of it out. But of course, there's, unfortunately, I think a slight bit remains as well. This book is his experience from the diagnosis to now, after the operation, and beyond, basically. So I said I'd design the artwork for him. So this book is, I read it the other day. It's good. It's good. And you can get it on my website. It's $4.99 with free delivery. Bit of a bargain. That goes to Dave, obviously. And if you want to read it, or if you want to copy for yourself, or just have it for the artwork on the front, you can get it from our website. So, that's Dave. And obviously I wish him very well, and the best that he can possibly get from now until wherever. Hopefully everything will work out. So last month I saw something on Instagram, and it was not a competition. It was a call for artists, basically, by the let's see if I can get the correct name on here, because it's such a long name. It's the name of a hospital. The National Hospital for Neurology and Neurosurgery, and something, something, something. It's such a long name. Anyway, the Brain Appeal, who are a charity, they raise money for this hospital. And they do really great work involving the brain, neurology and neurosurgery as well. So they had a call for artists to basically draw on an envelope. So I went to the post office, got an envelope, A4 size, turned it around, drew. Basically, the idea is that artists draw their art onto the envelope. The envelope gets put up for sale on the Brain Appeal website for £80. I think each of them are £80. They're all anonymous. You've got some celebs on there drawing as well, like Joe Brand. And people buy them. And all of that money goes to the trust, the charity. So it's pretty amazing. For a few hours of my time doing a little bit of drawing on the envelope it's already sold, so that's like £80 to a very worthwhile charity. So that's what life's about, I guess. Me trying to make money, which goes without saying, and at the same time trying to raise money for good causes. I guess if I can do both of those things simultaneously, then great. You can go on that website, by the way. If you type in the Brain Appeal, APPEAL, then you'll be able to see it online. There's hundreds of entries. I'm sure there's like 400 or 500 envelopes that have all been put for sale. Some of them sold, some of them not. But you can browse all of 2020's entries on there as well. And some really good. There's a good mix of materials. I used pen, like a black Sharpie. I used highlighters, but there's loads on there. There's paintings, there's drawings, there's charcoal, there's etchings, there's I think there's a photograph or two as well. So good stuff. Yeah, by the way, all of this is on my socials as well. If you get lost in what I'm saying, or if you want to see a bit more about what I've mentioned. Okay, the last thing is, I won't keep you too long. We've all got stuff to do, I'm sure. Space Cat. So, Space Cat. This is Space Cat. He is a cartoon character of mine, which I drew when I was years and years ago. But yesterday, I started drawing randomly, and Space Cat came out again on the canvas, and I was like, interesting, okay. Because I never know what I'm drawing until maybe a third of the way in. So at that point, Space Cat sort of appeared. I was like, cool, he's back. So I put him in an astronaut's spacesuit, put the American flag on him as well. I could have put any flag on there, really. China, Russia. I could have put Europe for the European Space Agency, but for some reason, well, I know the reason, it's quite obvious, but the American flag just is quite synonymous with space travel, and it makes sense to me, especially as they were first on the moon. Yeah, so that's Space Cat. I just love his gloves. Look at the size of his gloves. I don't even think his arm's reaching there, but he's got his little gloves. For some reason, he's got his legs and his tail within the coldness of space. He doesn't seem to mind. You've got a crazy planet in the back as well. Can you see that? It's sort of half Jupiter, half Saturn. And yeah, anyway, it's on a little canvas like that. So I drew it, I painted it, and I don't paint very often, so it's nice to do that as well. I'm always in the digital world, you see, so it's nice to get back to analog and get that real feeling of making mistakes and getting paint on me and getting, just paint splodges on my hand and smudges. It's nice to get back to the real world, really. So I'll be doing a lot more painting over the next few weeks. So that canvas is available for a giveaway, which is on my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and my Facebook, if I remember rightly. Instagram's the main one, really. So if you go to Draw My Town, that's it. End of the tea. End of the video. Go to Draw My Town. You just need to comment basically with a friend who might be interested in having Space Cat on their wall. That's it. There's no other catch. You don't need to do anything else, really. And then on Friday, which is Friday the 13th, unless I'm very much mistaken, I will be picking a winner at random, and then they can have Space Cat. Simple as that. For free. Yeah, that's it. No other catch, I'm afraid. So cool. I had a few home truths given to me yesterday by a young lady who is my friend's daughter. She's hilarious, man. I spoke to my friend and I could hear her daughter in the background, basically just ripping apart my YouTube channels. It's a good job I'm not sensitive about these things, but she was basically telling me that, the videos are too long. I've got no, the header. I've got no artwork on my heading thing on the videos. They're portrait, they're the wrong way around. It was just a brutal analysis of my entire YouTube channel, which I needed 100%, man. Like, I needed that. But only kids can give it you in that direct way. I love it. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I learned more yesterday on the phone to, how old is she? 10? I think she's 10. To a 10-year-old than a week's worth of YouTube channels and recommendations and tutorials. I learned so much just from listening what the younger generation look for and what they find, what bores them, what puts people off. I don't like listening to too many adults because, I don't know, it's difficult to explain, but as we get older, you're sort of, I guess you'd call it the ego, for lack of a better word. Your ego just grows, so along with the ego comes things like bias and influence and trying to look cool. There's a real game at work. You got to say certain things. You don't say certain things. There's always some subconscious agenda, I guess, to when you talk to someone. And it's entirely natural. I get that. But so I always take advice from adults with a cup of tea. That's not the correct term, is it? With a pinch of salt. I'm just looking at my tea. I want another one already. But with kids, you don't get any of that. Their ego is so small and it's just growing. And they're not. They quite literally just say things how they are, and I find that so refreshing. And it's nice to meet adults like that. they're very few far between. But you know, these people when they're older and they say, I'll say anything, I don't care, I'm just an honest person, do you know what I mean? I just say what's on my mind. Those people, they may claim the same things that are on their mind, but most of it's hidden underneath those things. You know, there tends to be a reasoning behind what they're saying as well. None of us can escape it, but with kids, yeah, it's just raw, man. It's good. It's really good, especially because they're the future, and whatever they want on YouTube, or more importantly, whatever they don't want on YouTube is important to me, because in 15 years time, they're the ones that are going to be sharing, liking, subscribing. And if I don't listen to them now, yeah, good luck. And by the way, when I say ego, I don't mean like an ego as in, your mate with the big ego down the pub who's just a smarmy extrovert. I mean like ego as in, the Freudian kind of mask, I guess, that we all wear, the ego, that, you know what I'm talking about, the kind of spiritual ego that would be nice to dissolve now and again. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I went off on a rant there. So my tea's finished. That means the video's finished. Have a look at my Instagram for the new Space Cat. Space Cat says meow. He also says thank you for watching for now. And that'll do for today. So stay well. If anyone needs a chat, do give me a shout. And if anyone fancies a jog on Regent's Canal, give me a shout as well. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm already assigned to one person. Thank you, Boris. But we can do other days anyway. So yeah, cool. Bye for now.